this is a transitional election. The BJP was scouting for new leadership. They, I think, thought 10 steps ahead, and they thought this is the time that you have to make that transition. So they did make that transition. They brought in a Bommai, but when they realized closer to the election that Bommai is not, delivering results, or Bommai has a huge image problem, so then they tried to sort of co-opt Yediyurappa back into the system by putting him into the parliamentary board. That was earlier in 2023 that they put him into the parliamentary board. So, all that was a sign that something is not okay with the party. So, but to be fair to the BJP, they could not have continued with the Yediyurappa thing for very long, because after this election, then what? So you had to prepare the party. And see, there is another thing that has happened this election. If you look at the vote shares, it is JDS which has lost 4.5% or around that, and that 4.5% looks like has been directly transferred. Exactly, if Congress's increases 4.5%, so everybody will tend to confuse that all of this has moved from the JDS. No, some of it has moved from the BJP as well. But then the question will arise, how did the BJP retain its vote share? That is around 36%. So the BJP, the good thing is, or good thing in the sense, the positive way to look at it is, BJP has now entered Old Mysore also. The BJP has spread a little more in the rest of Karnataka also. So when they come back and when they recover, when they start building the organization again for 2024, or an election that will come later, an assembly election that may come later, I think there will be a pan-Karnataka party, and they would not be the party that Yediyurappa built, which was mostly a North Karnataka Lingayat party. So they have broken that jinx now. So one should give them some credit for having played that card, because they anyway knew we are losing. I'm sure their surveys were telling them that. They knew that there is a huge image problem. They did not go to counter it very much. And then they realized that, let's experiment. This is all my conjecture. They may not have thought that way, but then if you try to put the pieces together, it's looking like that. So probably they were a little more, futuristic, or there was a bit of precociousness in the way they handled the transition. And the leadership has now turned. Look at now what has happened. All the big leaders have been defeated. All the liable elements, the corrupt elements in the BJP, I will not name them because we may get into trouble. But if you look at the defeat list of the BJP, it's very, very apparent who has lost. People who betrayed them have also been lost. Have sort of lost. I have seen a defeat. And if you look at people who crossed over from the Congress in 2017, a lot of them have lost. So BJP now is in a position, and given the kind of organizational alacrity that it always demonstrates, they will quickly rework the organization in Karnataka, and you will have fresh faces. And those fresh faces will be more aligned with a Modi agenda, or a more universal agenda, or a pan-Karnataka agenda. So the Congress has no time to sort of gloat over its victory. This victory is real. They have to be congratulated. They ran a good campaign. They have done wonderfully. That is okay. But if I am a political strategist, or I am running a political party, I will start looking, how is it that the BJP retained its entire vote share, not a percent down? How is it? So if that is, so they have come into Old Mysore, they have taken away a bit of JDS's vote. Congress also has immensely gained in terms of seats there. And Congress has swept a lot of districts which they wouldn't have usually. For example, Coorg. Coorg, they have never won there in 20 years. And look at the recovery that has happened there. And BJP may have lost, but does that mean that the core Hindutva anti-Tipu Sultan voter there has reconciled with the Congress agenda? I'll be very cautious to say that they have reconciled. See, it is easier now for the BJP to go back to them and say, we are sorry. And they'll come back take another route to come back. But you go to Old Mysore and you say, see, we are here, they'll do some good work there. And they'll say, see, we built those highways for you. We'll do more development. Allow us to sort of take roots here. JDS is not your only option. So they are now, I feel that they have struck roots a little more this election, although they have not converted their strike rate. Their 36% strike rate, like last time, has not yielded 110 seats. But that 36% vote share has given them extra wings, which they may utilize at a later point.